going on YouTube? Just busted up some red oak with the axe here, and the subject of today's video is basically what happens in the summer when a lot of times that's when you can split a lot of wood. Obviously, if you're restocking for the next year, then you want to split at the same time. You want to restock your inventory for next year. Now that's ideal, but it doesn't always work that way. So in the summertime, what I do in the summertime is I start divvying up my wood and how thick and how voluminous the wood pieces are, and I separate them like that. Now obviously the thinner stuff is going to take or shorter to dry, the thicker stuff is going to take a bit more time to dry. Some of my crates, you'll see they're not full. So what I'll do is I'll take the slim stuff and I'll throw it in these crates, and I'll spread them out so that there's not too many thin pieces in each crate, and I'll let those go in this year's stock because it'll be dry by the winter time. Now sometimes I'll get in wood that's not very wet, it's semi-dry, so I'll throw it in these crates as well. And then over on this side, so all of this here, all of this wood is ready for this year. And then over to this side, I've been stocking up for winter of 22-23. So you see some of these pieces, I mean not necessarily like this, but I'll go even a little bit bigger than that with the branch wood, and I won't split it open. They're big enough that they'll be dry by the second season to come. Look at that big piece of mulberry. Mulberry takes a long time to dry, but it's in there and it's going to be ready for, what's that, about, if I start selling in October, so then I have July, August, September, October, so 4 months plus 12 months. I'm gonna have 16 months. It is getting a little late to split the wood too big, but 16 months is a good amount of time to dry. Same with this crate too. You can see these are my 18-inch pieces, and you see this silver maple, look how big it is. Now the maple tends to dry quickly, so you can go pretty big on those sizes. And why I'm doing this also is to save time with splitting this wood bigger. If I have the extra time to dry, it's gonna have me doing less splits, so I'm actually saving time by doing less cuts on the wood. Also, for those of you who know your wood, you'll notice I got some sugar maple again. I've been trying to avoid it like the plague, but I had to pick up some more. There's another little bit of that job site, and I'm talking a totally separate job site. The original one where I kept getting all that maple from, and I turned it down. Well, the guy, he's going to bring all the wood to the front of the house and he's going to put it on the curb so that I can go and pick it up. So at least I have the space now so I can move it. Some cramped corners here. So I remember buying this belt, but I think I bought it for a bigger pulley. And this does move forward a bit, so it might be okay, but we'll see. Okay, here goes the moment of truth. I tighten up the tension on this, and there's still a little bit of looseness to it, so I'm gonna buy a smaller belt because I can't really tighten this up. It'll start stripping the threads and won't be good. So let's hit the switch. Okay, so the normal operating space that this usually sits in is further up here and on an angle, and it'd be just pretty much how it is, but that wheel would be up here and it'd be angled in towards the bin. And if I need to get back here and dump the wood, then I would just push in the back end of it so that it's sitting straight and it's parallel to the bin. So my cord wasn't long enough because of where it is, so this is where my extension cord comes from, and the conveyor will be up at about another 8-9 feet, so it's going to be enough to reach. I just plugged this thinner cord in, and I have to take this thinner cord out of the equation, and I have to also use less cord as possible. So I don't want an extension coming from an extension and then going into the plug on this thing, because the plug wire is already long on this. So I'm actually gonna get a new box for this because this got banged around a couple times and it's all loose. Gotta have it waterproof, and other than that it looks good. But if I use another extension cord, it's just gonna burn out that motor. So what I'm gonna do next is also throw some oil down in the chain so that it runs nice and smooth. And I'm very happy with this because I've been waiting for this a long time and just been trying to negotiate what exactly I'm going to do with it. But this is a quick, easy option where I can use it, and it's actually saving me time. I was actually going to get somebody else to come and help me rebuild this thing and put the extra pulley on it, but you know, I can't wait forever on people, so I'm just getting it done myself. So let's get this wood split moved out of the way. I'll split some, I'll move some, and I'm going to dump that load after. Juicy grub. This isn't even that big. This is only like half the size, maybe 1/3 the size.